Welcome to the championship Saturday live show. Gray Robertson, Tara Henry. We're not important. Let's bring in the person who just joined us, Kelly Torres.
What's up, guys? How are you?
Fantastic. First off, everyone, this is the first time Kelly and I have actually ever met, even though it's virtually. Hi, I'm Gray. Congratulations on being the ACC tournament champion. Incredible.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's just unreal. To do it at our home field, too, is unbelievable.
And Kelly, it wasn't easy. What was going on through your mind? Obviously, down to Florida State and come from behind win. What was going on through your mind throughout that game?
Yeah, well, I know nothing can compare to our pitching staff. So I'm like, okay, defense and pitching will hold us down. So it's just a matter of time for our bats to get comfortable and start rolling. And once one hit happened, I mean, the rest is history. The bats just kept coming up.
Kelly, I got to tell you, right before we went to the field here at Auburn, whoops, I'm getting notifications. That's my bad. Right before we left the field, you had a big-time hit, a big-time RBI to continue the comeback. What was it that you feel like sparked everything? Because it seemed like Florida State had kind of lulled the game into their pace, their style, and then all of a sudden you guys came out like gangbusters late.
Yeah. We're big energy people. So I think it was that throw out that I had. Coach brought us into the dugout and was just like, hey, like, let's go. Like, that's a momentum shift right there. So after that play happened, I think we were just like, let's just be free and have fun.
Love it. And Kelly, we know you're probably going to go celebrate. Maybe, hopefully you are. But what does it feel like to win not only the regular season, but to take home the conference championship title as well? What does that feel like? That's a tough thing to do.
Yeah. I mean, what a better way to end my career. I know it's not over yet and we still got a lot of playing to go, but I mean, that was both our goals and we hit them. So, I mean, I can't think of a better way to end my career.
All right, last thing from me. I know you're ready to go meet Rain and the rest of the gang at undisclosed location. What's tomorrow like? What's the plan? Y'all do a watch party? How does the selection show work?
Well, actually, tomorrow's my graduation. So although we are going to party, I need to be up early. Commencement starts at 9, and then I have a ceremony at 12. And then I had to move. We had to move my graduation dinner up because of selection show. So the day is packed for tomorrow.
Awesome. Well, Kelly, congratulations. Congratulations to you, the entire Duke squad. Have a great night. Thank you so much for hopping on to join us. And again, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, guys.
You're the best, Kelly. Have fun.
Bye.
Bye. But, good fun. Kelly Torres.
Awesome.
Oh, man. She put in the chat. She was like, yeah, I can hop on. We're like, let's go.
Wow. What a day.
Yeah, you keep talking because a couple other people want to hop on too.
All right. Well, we're going to have a couple guests join us this evening. And again, the chat is open, not on our screen, but it is open. So if you have any questions and you want to submit them, we'll answer. We've got the Texas-Oklahoma game on over here on the television, so we're keeping an eye on that as well. But any questions, we're going to get into those that have punched their ticket into the NCAA tournament. We're going to talk a little bit of bracketology. I don't know if we can get Brady on here. It's been a long day for Brady. I know he's been working away on making sure we've got you covered on the site. But we can start. Maybe we just went through ACC with Kelly.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go next?
Well, we should probably talk about where we just were.
Okay.
Or where we are.
Where we are.
There are phrases all over this home that Tara rented, which is a beautiful home. Florida wins the SEC tournament after coming in second in the SEC regular season. And this run over Georgia, over Texas A&M, over a red-hot Missouri team, I called it on Twitter an elite run. I think it is. Florida has gone from 13, 14 a couple weeks ago to now I think a lock for a top 5 national seed, which is really, really impressive. Keegan Rothrock is throwing really well in the big pressure moments. Skylar's back on track. Not that she was ever off track for Skylar's hitting like 380 on the season. Erickson, Falby, like the whole gang is just hitting on all cylinders. And it is truly the perfect time to be hitting on all cylinders right as the postseason begins.
Absolutely, Gray. And when you talk about the Florida Gators, Andrew Petty just asked, is Florida the hottest team in the country right now? And I'd have to agree with you. Yes, absolutely, Gray. I mean, and Andrew, yes, they are the hottest team in the country. We were able to see them just completely dominate the tournament. And with Skylar Wallace, just some crazy stats with 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs, a 2-run home run against Georgia, 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs, a home run against Texas A&M, another 2-run, and then 2 for 3 again today against Mizzou with another 2-run home run. Also, the rookie Mia Williams, who was hitting under 200 with 2 key 3-run home runs to get the rallies going. So again, timely hitting is what is going to get
up and down the lineup.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Timely hitting 1 through 9. The Gators have so many weapons. Not only can they hit for power, put a stat up about their extra base hits, but they've got speed. They're playing defense, and Keegan Rothrock with her 26th win of the season today. Just incredible performance for the Gators to win that SEC tournament. And my first SEC tournament, and it was really fun. I really enjoyed it.
We have a good time here.
Yeah.
Just means more. I'm wearing this hat, not because it's an SEC hat, because my hair is absurd right now. So we're covering it. I see all of your bracketology questions, Michael, Annie. We will get to that later. I've been updating my seed list. Brady and I have been weirdly aligned. I don't know if he's on the same page at this minute as I am, but last night, I can shoot him a text. He sent me his last night, and I was like, Brady, why are you on my laptop? Get off my Word document. And from the Missouri standpoint, just a couple too many mistakes. And a little bit of that was created by Florida, just pushing the envelope, taking the extra base, putting it in play hard. And I was very impressed by what Florida did all day. And Missouri, great run. And Missouri will probably be a super host barring something shocking. So really, just for both teams, an excellent tournament for what they needed to do. And Florida, just the better team all weekend compared to everybody else.
Absolutely. And in the post-game presser with Larissa Anderson, head coach at Missouri, she was really honest. She said, we're not super flashy and we're a hardworking team. And, there's not one person that sticks out. But, what sticks out to me is Alex Honnold. She's got, 21 doubles on the season. That's pretty darn good. But, she really talks about her team as being one cohesive unit. And I think we saw that. I think something's happening in this game because Grady's looking that way.
A Texas error. Stop me if you've heard that before.
So when you take a look at that Mizzou team, what a run. And to make it to the finals, she said last year she was sitting at home watching the game on television. And so to fast forward to today, they didn't get the outcome, but they're pretty confident heading into postseason.
Yeah, I would be too. Krings is throwing well. I like the way they're utilizing the pitching staff with Marissa McCann. We really, Sierra Harrison is another option as well. My biggest concern about Missouri all year has been, can the people behind Laird and Honnold cobble together enough hits? Abby Hayes' emergence was really significant at the tail end of the regular season. Today, we kind of saw that, behind Laird and Honnold, there wasn't a ton that happened today that they were able to generate, and that's not good news when Alex Honnold goes 0 for 4. But my view of Missouri has risen significantly after watching them this week, because they just seem like another team that is very, very connected and very together, and that they kind of understand what their identity is. And I think that if you've got a team like that in the postseason, it's dangerous.
Absolutely. We saw Maddie Gallagher. She had a great tournament. And again, Larissa Anderson, I think they've done a heck of a job with the Tigers, and they're going to, make a good run at it heading into the postseason, but very, very impressed with Mizzou. And we watched loads of games in the C tournament. Anything else that sticks out to you, Gray?
It's over. I don't know how we got to this point where every game that was actually played took 5 hours. And sometimes, look, talking to the tournament staff, shout out to the grounds crew at Auburn, who were just up against it from moment one. in this tournament with weather, with game length. They did a phenomenal job. The field looked great today.
I mean, I posted a video of a celebration, and the grounds crew is literally, as the team is celebrating and the next game's got to go in 35 minutes, they're out there starting to get the field ready for the next game. Impeccable job by the grounds crew here at Auburn, getting that field ready to play and got every single ball game in. Can't say enough about the ESPN Productions. I know it was a rough week, but to get all those games in and for us to finally crown an SEC champion on time today, was pretty remarkable.
Yeah, ESPN, the SEC staff, everyone in game day operations at Auburn. Great job done by all. Oop, that's probably another error by Texas. That's not great. Oklahoma's winning 5-1. I would recommend stop committing errors against Oklahoma, but I'm not a coach. Nolan just joined, said hello. Hope you enjoyed the SEC tournament. We definitely did. It was a good week. And it was nice that the tournament was a local-ish enough place for me to come over to watch the championship game. Easy drive.
Yeah, great. So that's the SEC tournament. And if anybody has any questions, again, we can see them in the chat and we will get to them. Gray, do you want to go through our automatic bids today? And who's punched their ticket? We're just going to run through them for you all.
All right. So the A10, your automatic bid, the Dayton Flyers defeated St. Louis today. Duke, ACC, shout out to Kelly Torres, our dear friend. Albany wins the America East. They were in the Tuscaloosa Regional a few years ago. I'd be surprised if I see them again, but a possibility. Charlotte, let's talk about this one a little bit. Charlotte just wrecked Wichita State this morning. I had that on audio-wise while I was driving here, and Matt and Aaron kept talking about Charlotte scoring runs on that ESPN2 broadcast. The Niners looked real good, and they win the American, and they're going to be a brutal 2-seed for somebody in regionals.
Oh, 100%. I mean, Sam Gress gets to start in the circle for Charlotte. Ariana Rhodey just continues to just that entire lineup. I felt like everybody was getting a hit today, and to beat a really tough Wichita State team. Just an incredible performance from Charlotte today. Again, watching it this morning, and Sam Gress really mixing speeds, locations, keeping the ball down in the zone. Did a really, really nice job today.
Yeah, and very impressed with Georgiana Barefoot, who came on and closed out as well. Just threw a bunch of strikes, and Wichita couldn't do anything about it. FGCU won the A-Sun, outlasting North Florida in extras. What's with all the extra inning games? Let's all wrap it up in regulation. Like every tournament had multiple extra inning games. It was very, very strange.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised.
It took forever for a lot of these tournaments to crown a champion.
It took forever, and I got a text message from my mother asking when international tiebreaker happens and if we can have international tiebreaker. Yeah, because we've had so many extra inning games.
But Lord knows the second we do that, all the games are going to be like an hour, It
should be fine.
Yeah. Villanova won the Big East, took out Creighton. Nolan.
Same
I hope,
Nolan.
I hope these extra inning games aren't an omen for the future. LOL. All right. Moving right along. Michigan is your Big Ten champion. I just mentioned Villanova winning the Big East over Creighton. Michigan wins the Big Ten over Indiana. Fun game between the two. Lauren Durkowski, just a heck of a warrior. She was on Sydney Spin a few weeks ago. A great conversation if you want to go back and check it out. But it was impressive to watch Michigan just kind of, they kind of came alive down the stretch. And now Michigan is an interesting matchup for somebody in regionals. They're a little bit more dangerous than I thought they would be.
Yeah, 11th title, Big Ten tournament title for the Wolverines. And if you would have said at the beginning of the season that they were going to win the title, I would have said crazy. But I did see
they were briefly a bad loss for Florida this year.
I was going to say, but I did see them beat Florida in person at the Judy Garmin. So there were glimpses of it. And Bonnie Thole, what a nice job bringing that squad together to get that tournament championship. But again, the Big Ten in that tournament title goes to Michigan, another perennial power. And that whole conference changes next year as well. So nice one to get that last one.
And a curious predicament bubbly wise for Indiana as well. They do not get the auto bid. I think they're in, but I don't know, committees are, Nolan asks Indiana in or out. That's a Brady question. I'll shoot Brady a text right now.
Yeah, he says some of us are working. That's what I just got from him. He said to me.
Well, so are we. Is this how it works? Indiana.
He's in Northern Colorado is in the 10th inning. Just in case anybody wanted to know.
Man, more extras?
Yeah, extra inning.
Let's see. Oh, well, they're up 9-5, so I don't think we're going to see an 11th.
It's the bottom of the 10th. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Well, so that's going to happen soon. Let's see. What's next? CAA champion is UNC Wilmington, outlasting, Campbell today. Oh, we do not have an answer yet on Indiana.
We'll get
there shortly. Liberty in extra innings walked off Western Kentucky to win Conference USA. Ivy League champ is Princeton. Shout out to the Tigers. Siena wins the MAC. Early today. That was an early championship game.
Yep.
Miami of Ohio ruled Ball State to win the MAC. Your MEAC champion is Morgan State, who had to win twice today to move on. San Diego State has won the Mountain West. Shout out to Nuvi back in the NCAA tournament.
Back to back for the Aztecs. Nuvi, congratulations to San Diego State winning back-to-back titles there in the Mountain West.
Let's see. What's next? Southern Illinois took out Northern Iowa in the Missouri Valley. Southern Illinois, talk about a team living on the edge. Just kept finding ways to win in the Missouri Valley Conference this weekend.
Absolutely. And then St. Francis, too, with a perfect record to take home the title there. And I just, when you take a look across the country, all these automatic bids, we've only got, 2 left?
Give or take. I mean, there are, a couple that we're waiting on, but do we have Big South? Is that done yet?
Almost.
Do they have to play tomorrow? Because Winthrop won today. I think so. Yeah, they'll have to play tomorrow. It'll be Upstate versus Winthrop for a chance, and Northern Kentucky and Cleveland State are vying for the Horizon League. Next up is SEMO winning the Ohio Valley, which is SEMO's a dangerous team. I was talking to some of the people from the Missouri staff, and they recalled getting shut out by Southeast Missouri earlier this year. So interesting possible matchup for the Tigers and regionals. Patriot League, Boston U, Death Taxes, Boston U winning the Patriot League. Florida wins the SEC. Chattanooga wins twice today over UNCG to win the SoCon. Southeastern Louisiana, maybe the best championship winning moment, getting the walk-off to beat Incarnate Word and win the Southland. Omaha wins twice today against South Dakota State to win the Summit League. Texas State over Louisiana. Wow.
What a game.
Yeah.
We were watching that one on the way over to the field. What a performance by the Bobcats going in and picking up that Sun Belt title. Really, really, really impressive. And
I just took my hat off and I realized people could see my hair, and I don't want that. So keep going.
And who was the hero there, Greg? Who were you yelling at me?
I'm never yelling at you.
No,
Tara.
Texas State game.
Oh, Jackson State. Yes.
No, Texas State.
Texas State. Sorry. I was reading the chat while you were talking.
JJ, your favorite?
Oh, unsung hero, JJ Smith.
Man,
it's my girl. Jackson.
You thought it was like trying to stump him, but it was like his favorite.
Confused.
Oh, like, all right.
Throwback to 2 years ago. Jackson State won the SWAC. I might see them soon. We'll see. WAC champion Grand Canyon. Not a huge surprise there. St. Mary's, your champions in the West Coast Conference. And right now, over to our left, Oklahoma has a 5-1 lead on Texas in the bottom of the 4th. Okay, let's see some of these questions. We'll get to bracket stuff in just a minute. Let's see.
Lots going on in the chat.
Where is the SEC softball championships next year? Next year, they're in Athens, Georgia. Yep.
Yeah.
Going to be a blast. One of my favorite cities. Last resort.
So great.
Don't go there because I want to. And they don't take reservations.
Oh, don't go
to a restaurant.
I was like, wait, you're telling the people not to go to the SEC?
No, I'm saying don't go to the Last Resort restaurant because I would like to go and they don't take reservations and I would like to get a table.
Athens, Georgia next year, the Jack. Oh my God, that place is so incredible too.
No bid stealers. Benjamin, great point. Libby Baker,
Hey,
yeah.
Benjamin. Oh, he was with Benjamin all week at the SEC tournament.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was he there today?
Yeah, he was.
Well, my bad.
I think he was. Yeah, he was there.
Where was
Benjamin,
I?
you were there.
I was just wandering around.
Big South and Horizon will be decided tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah, UNK and Cleveland State, 8:30 a.m. Central Time. Fun. Oklahoma taking out some frustration on Texas. Yes, and Texas errors again. Stop committing errors, but OU's hitting the ball right now.
It's kind of hard sometimes to play softball great. I just want to let you know.
I know.
Like you can't be perfect.
Maddie Shipman hitting is hard. Direct quote.
Hitting is hard.
Benjamin was not there today.
Oh, yeah. Drove back this morning.
Florida won, in case you missed
it. Oh man, good. Okay, so
should we just go into seating? That's what everybody cares about.
Because we've got about 10 minutes left.
Oh, okay. Oh wow, we have been on for a minute.
I know.
Is Nicole? See if Nicole answered in the group chat because I think Mindy was going to come on. All right, this one has been a popular question. Michael, if Oklahoma wins this game, does that move them to the number 1 overall seed? No. It could move them up to 2, but number 1, no. Texas has built too much of a cushion. End of conversation.
Okay, next.
Is A&M out of the hosting bubble? No. The 16, I have felt confident about the 16 for about a week and a half, and everything that happened this week firmly solidified that. I had concerns about A&M being the 16 if Florida State won today. That did not happen. I think A&M will probably be the 15. Anything higher, I would be a little bit surprised just because of that pretty gaudy 0-7 RPI top 10 mark and the 7 RPI top 25 wins, which is fewer than pretty much everyone else in the mix for hosting. Let's see. How much is, whoops, don't block use. I'm sorry. No.
Don't want to block Annie.
It's been a minute since I've done this, I guess. How much does LSU beating Tennessee help them? I think it just made sure that any issues that the committee might have with maybe how they finished the back half of the year kind of weren't affecting the seeding. It also evened the season series between those two, which was significant.
Yeah, and I was impressed by LSU, and I think we're seeing a team that we saw against Texas maybe at that 24 and is it 24-0 in the beginning of the season. Good energy around the LSU Tigers program. So impressed with that outfield and Kelly Lynch and Sydney Berzon. Workhorse Sydney Berzon. Are you kidding me? Just what an incredible week for her, and didn't obviously get the outcome that they wanted, but Tigers are looking good heading into the NCAA tournament.
1982 Boomer Sooner. I'll tell you what, if I get OU tickets to SEC Championships in Athens, I'll buy you dinner. If you're buying my dinner at the Last Resort, I'm in. Let's go. I will have the steak and
Can we
the cheesecake.
Bookmark this? You know how they bookmark everything?
Oops, I almost fell. I'm going to screenshot this.
He's got so excited about dinner.
Oh my gosh, Roseanne Briggs. So shout out to Roseanne Briggs. During the Alabama LSU broadcast, we had covered every topic. And so Miss Briggs, we shouted you out in like the 12th inning. I was like, here's Sierra Briggs batting again. By the way, Roseanne Briggs, fan of the Out of the Box podcast.
I have a great story.
Who stopped us in 22. Go ahead.
So I was obviously covering the games this week and walked over in a run scoring. There's runners in scoring position, and Taylor Pleasance is up, and I was standing next to Mrs. Briggs, and I told her, I was like, I just got this feeling that the Tigers are going to score. And so I turned my camera on to record Taylor Pleasance at bat, and sure enough, they scored. And then she's like, you got to stand right here. And win the ball game. So pretty cool.
Yeah.
I had a feeling they were going to score.
Hello, Roseanne Briggs. Big fan. I hope to see you soon. I might, based on my bracketology. All right. Your boy Cars asks, your boy, go Cajuns. If you were the committee, thank you. This is water, I promise. If you were the committee, do you value a conference tournament over a regular season title? What will Cajuns be seeded? All right, so this is the ultimate, one of like the two things that I can never quantify with the committee. And trust me, I have gone into the data. There are some years where the conference tournament is the most important thing in the world. And we have seen that come through in the seeding. There are other years where it's like they decided it on, the last Monday and nothing really changed. And it depends year by year how the people feel based on the softball that they watched. So I personally don't necessarily. I think that the overall body of work in a regular season should matter a little bit more, but the committee also doesn't take standings into account either, and that's a whole other kit and caboodle. What will the Cajuns be seeded? Right now I have Louisiana at 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, obviously Brady is going to finish up his last bracketology of the year, and we will have that all up on the site for you. Those that are members can take a look at it. And again, if you do have more questions, we're going to be on here for just a little bit while longer. I've got to catch a flight, and we've got to finally leave Auburn. But
finally,
been here a while.
I'm always trying to get out of Auburn.
But no, I just can't say enough about Auburn and our hospitality. It's been a great time here. When we take a look at Mizzou, 13 top 25 RPI wins.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. Are we frozen?
No, we're good.
Oh, okay.
Proceed.
Okay.
Yeah. Should I read my list real quick?
Yeah,
and then
sure.
Because this is not the official Softball America list. That's Brady. Brady's a full bracketologist. I just do my 16 for out of the box.
Also,
we compare notes, etc.
Also, before Gray or after Gray, Gray reads his list, if you guys want to put your picks in the chat too, please feel free, if you've done your own bracketology, to put them in the chat, and we'll flash some up here if we've got any. I think we've already got a few. So.
Yeah, Andrew flashed his. I can put those on real quick. Here we go. 1 Texas, 2 OU, 3 Tennessee, 4 Duke, 5 Florida, 6 Florida. That's hard to do. 7 UCLA. I'm sorry, Andrew. That was mean. 8 Oklahoma State, Missouri, Stanford, Georgia.
Hey, maybe he just wanted you to move them down. It's like, it's hard to type sometimes. You can't. I don't think you can edit.
Yeah, that must be.
I don't think you can edit on YouTube.
So, all right. So
it's all right, Andrew. If you read,
so 6
resubmit,
maybe.
I don't think you can edit on YouTube.
Yeah, I think that might be right. Let's see what Andrew said. Shout out. Yes, Annie, I agree. All right. Yeah, Andrew, if you want to clarify that real quick.
Okay, great. Let's go to your
Let's go to mine. At this moment, I've got Tennessee 1, or I'm sorry. Whoa. We've got Texas 1, Tennessee 2.
He said Tennessee.
No, I didn't.
Woo!
The water got to me. 1 Texas, 2 Tennessee, 3 Oklahoma. I think that there is a discussion to be had about flipping Tennessee and Oklahoma. Tennessee's metrics are better. Oklahoma, if they keep on kicking the stew out of Texas here in this championship game, that's quite an impression to leave going into Selection Sunday. So even though Tennessee's got a better resume, I could see OU moving up to the 2 spot, and I would almost be willing to make it if they can add a little bit more.
What does kicking the stew mean?
It means beating someone badly.
Okay.
Yes.
Didn't know that one.
It's okay. You're new to the South. Number 4, LSU. 5. Did I flip these? I haven't flipped these yet. 5, Florida. 6, Missouri. 7, Stanford. 8, Duke. 9, Georgia. 10, Oklahoma State. 11, UCLA. If UCLA wins tonight, I think that the 8th spot will be down to UCLA versus Duke. And I think UCLA will get the edge there. I love Kelly. Shout out to Kelly Torres. Shout out to the Blue Devils. But I have major concerns about Duke hosting a super just because they have that 0 in the top 10 win department. And that was something last year that the committee really wrecked teams on. 12 Arkansas, 13 Alabama, 14 Louisiana, 15 Texas A&M, 16 Florida State. We can have a discussion about Texas State. I don't see it. I think that the top 16 have been set for a hot minute. Let's check the chat again. Andrew meant whoops. All right, so let's go back. So LSU was the 2nd Florida. So Texas, OU, Tennessee, Duke, Florida, LSU, UCLA, and then 8, some amalgamation of Oklahoma State, Missouri, Stanford, Georgia. There was another one. Micah. 1 Texas, 2 Oklahoma, 3 Tennessee, 4 Duke, 5 Florida, 6 UCLA, 7 Oklahoma State or Missouri, 8 Georgia. Well, let's boot Georgia and pick one of Oklahoma State, Missouri to have be the 7 or 8. I also have to say, I understand why everybody's putting Duke, but their profile is.
Well, why don't you read it out? Because we went through this today actually at the field, and it's pretty telling if you take a look at top 25 wins, top 10 wins, top 25 wins for Duke.
Yeah, so Duke is 0-1 against the RPI top 10. That Stanford and Northwestern had the same issue last year. We thought they were going to host a super. They did not, because I think Northwestern had 1, Stanford had 0 top 10 wins. That might have been flipped, but either way, they just did not have enough of that. Duke with the 11 top 25 wins, that is less than pretty much everybody except, ironically, Stanford, who's in this conversation.
Yeah, but let's take a look at the KPI here. If Duke's KPI is 4.
Right.
So, I mean, it just depends on what, like, the committee will say what they're actually looking at, but they're going to use it as a reference. So how much of a reference are they going to be using the KPI?
It's a question.
4 in the KPI.
Yeah, I'm hedging my bets a little bit. That's why I've got Duke still hosting a super at this moment, but on the lower side. I have a hard time seeing a team with 0 top 10 wins being a top 5 seed. That is just that would surprise me. Carson's asks, or I guess says, and then asks,
Carson.
Cajuns better not.
Sleepy? Carson is sleepy?
Maybe. I don't know. I am. It's been a week.
Yep.
Cajuns better not get held out of a regional host site this year like last year. How does a number 11 RPI team not host last year? It was the quality wins. They just did not have very many. That's why. I don't know why the RPI was as high as it was without the quality wins. This year they have them.
Yeah.
So I would be absolutely floored if Louisiana doesn't host. That would be a huge stunner, partially because I think they deserve it. Also because I don't know who hosts if not them. It would probably be Texas State, but I think Louisiana's resume is better than Texas State's. Let's see. Alabama does not deserve to host, in my opinion. They have 10 RPI top 25 wins. That's a major cutoff. Bottom line. The resume is the resume.
Just ask Gray if you're gonna go out at Alabama.
Promise. Yeah, Alabama metrics say. Wait, let's try this again. Hi, Amanda. Alabama metrics say host, but eye test says something else. I could make the argument for a couple teams though about the eye test.
Let's get Amanda on here. Amanda, you should just.
Yeah, Amanda, just pop on. I'll send you the link.
Well, so Amanda's. Did you put her comment up? Crazy Louisiana started the season 9-12 before their win against OU.
Yeah, here we go. Absolutely.
Yeah.
They got something in the Sun Belt. Like they just run it. Today was a little different, but it's just amazing how teams in the regular season can't beat Louisiana. And there have been many who have had golden opportunities and it just doesn't happen.
Oh, agree. What a turnaround.
Benjamin makes the excellent point. They've never emphasized top 10 wins before last year. Who's to say that they'll do it again this year? I don't know. Partially, I would answer by saying they've never specifically cited it before, but they could have been talking about it in that room, and that's kind of the one thing.
Yeah. I
think if you specifically cite it as a reason for stuff, then that tells me that that's something that's important to the people in that room, and we haven't. Well, if it happens again majorly this year, then I think we know that we've got a true trend on our hands.
And also, the committee does not have an easy job. So, I mean, I know that we always harp on the selection committee, and I know we always have our comments, but I mean, I personally, I know that you love the bracketology, as does Brady. I think they've got a really tough job. Mm-hmm. And I'm just excited for tomorrow. And don't forget, Sydney and Nicole will be with you all live during the selection show tomorrow night. So don't forget. So if you want to hear from both Sydney and Nicole, they will have you all covered.
Let's see. Andrew, good point. I honestly think outside of Texas, Tennessee, OU, and Florida, it's a free-for-all. Totally. It depends on what you're looking at. What do you value? Is it the high-quality wins? I think Missouri is going to be on. I think LSU is safe. I worry about Stanford. I worry about Duke. UCLA can really complicate things. I think Georgia's out, and I kind of think Oklahoma State's out of the discussion too, just because they've been passed. When you're sitting there and you're trying to vie for a top 8 spot, it's real hard to sustain that position when all things are equal. Also, Amanda, 7:00 ESPN2 selection show. That is 7 Eastern. And then you've got 1 hour of selection and then 1 hour of 7 innings live, if I believe is correct.
Yeah. I mean, make sure that you're tuned in to ESPN2. Have all of your devices on and make sure that everybody is supporting the selection show. And you'll be able to hear from our great friend, Amanda Scarborough. And it was her birthday yesterday. So
it was.
If you guys haven't said a happy birthday to Amanda, please go over and say happy birthday.
Amanda, boom, you're right. You're the best, Amanda. Yeah. One of my favorite Aggies behind my mom, my grandmother, and everyone on my mom's side because family. But Amanda, we love you so much. Basically softball family. Annie asks, is UCLA out of top 8 if Utah wins tonight? Yes. Agreed?
Yeah.
I'm a Gator, but my partner is a Buckeye. Any chance they somehow sneak into a tournament? No.
I don't think so. But let's talk about UCLA's win over Arizona last night. Last time those two have faced off. Just a historic rivalry, one that is obviously near and dear to my heart. And for those two programs to do what they've done to lay the foundations for our entire sport, another epic battle. Charlize Palacios does it again and puts the Bruin ahead. 6-5 win over Arizona. But the Pac-12, the end of quite an era, Conference of Champions. And it's pretty special. Tonight will be the last game of the Pac. Special, sad, but gosh, what a great way to do it last night to kind of have Arizona and UCLA face off. But a little sad.
It was fun.
Also excited for the future.
Well, and now, it's the second and last Pac-12 softball tournament, and both championships are the exact same. So that's fun. Utah can win all the Pac-12 tournaments ever. That's a thing.
That's a stat.
There have been 2, and Utah won them both. All right, the guy who's buying us dinner at the last resort. Texas 1, Tennessee 2, Oklahoma 3, Duke 4. 5 UCLA. I don't see how those happen. Both of those. 6 Florida, 7 Missouri, 8 Georgia, 9 Oklahoma State. Who's missing from that?
OSU. I feel like that's OSU, right?
Yeah. So who are we missing here? Oh, no LSU. LSU's going to be a Supers host.
Yeah.
Number 2 SOS. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
No bad losses. Yeah. 5
top 10 wins.
Yeah.
13 top 25 wins.
Oklahoma State. I know I said I think they're done. They're an interesting test case though in the which quality wins do the committee value because they've got 6 top 10, 8 top 25. The 8 top 25 is lower than almost everybody except A&M in the discussion. So we'll see. 63 non-con SOS is a little bit of a sticking point for me. It kind of sticks out like a sore thumb when you put everybody together, but we'll see. It's so hard when your last impression is a game where you had 5 errors and lost to a team that's not going to make the tournament.
Yeah, but body of work, Gray.
I know. I agree. Trust me, I'm a body of work truther, but I believe in the body of work, but but that is, also human beings are human beings. That's the last thing you saw. And you haven't had a chance to do anything different. That can sometimes leak into the psyche.
I don't know. If I was on the committee, that wouldn't be how I would do it. But I'm not on the committee. Maybe they'll let me be on the committee one day.
I volunteer to distribute. I'm down.
No, I was saying me.
I'm down. I want to do it. Let's do it together.
Okay, let's wrap this up. Any other questions? Because we got to get going. I got to get our travel on. So any other questions, we'll get to them. But final thoughts heading into tomorrow.
It all feels too clean and something's going to make me angry. And I'm curious what it is. But I think the thing that I'm most interested in is if we're all correct. I think everyone that I've talked to that seeds people for bracketology, I think we're all on the same page on the 16. Are we right? Or is the committee gonna bump Louisiana for Texas State? I don't think so. I would be absolutely shocked.
Yeah.
But that seems like maybe the one possible curveball they could throw us. I don't know. What about you?
Well, I mean, I don't. Gosh, if you want to use that metric, you're going to say, oh, Tennessee obviously lost in the SEC tournament, and they're not going to be the 2 or the 3. I find that hard to believe. I think when you take a look at a body of work and playing over, an entire season, it's a lot harder to win a regular season championship. Yes. Oh my gosh, I love Andrew.
Can he buy us dinner at the last resort as well? Tara for committee chair 2024.
It would be fun for sure, if anything. So I don't know. I'm excited to go into tomorrow. I'm so happy that you all are here joining us tonight. We appreciate each and every one of you. And if you have any questions, we're always here to hopefully help answer them or start a good, lively debate.
I'm not one to shy away from people,
Yeah.
and they often find me even when I'm not looking.
Yeah. All right. Well, Benjamin's full predictions will be out tomorrow once all the games are done. Great job.
Yeah, mine too. And I think Brady's bracket will be out. I think it'll be interesting to see how we all decide to order. One thing that I always like to do during the selection show when I'm at the watch party, and this will be my final thought, look for clues. You will be able to discern possibly how the rest of the bracket might look based on some of the clues shown early.
Well, I don't know about that one.
No, I think if Duke is the 5, then I think that we could see Florida State be a little bit higher than I evaluated, and I think kind of vice versa. Okay. Typically, those things are cyclical. So look for clues, bracket sleuths, and we'll get out our magnifying glass and do a show on Monday.
Yeah, join us on Monday. But again, tomorrow, Sydney and Nicole will be with you live alongside the selection show. Make sure you tune into ESPN too, and then have us on one of your other devices. And yeah, happy selection Sunday Eve. Sunday Eve. Selection. Yeah.
This is where I thrive. Selection Sunday Eve. That's Tara Henry. Hey, real quick, thank you to Thank you to Kelly Torres for joining us as she gets ready to celebrate her graduation and also winning the ACC tournament.
Incredible. And good night, everybody. We were going to do Good Morning Softball America, but we figured we'd do Good Night Softball.
Maybe I'll play the theme as we go out. For Tara Henry, I'm Gray Robertson. Get ready. The bracket comes tomorrow. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.